Vladimir was waiting for the pool to come up. Turret getting taken extremely, extremely low inside of... goodness, what was the heal amount there? Yeah, 100 exactly. He was at 109 when the heal finished. So inside 10 health, but ultimately not able to follow up Tristana or Leona there.
That was a lot of action in a quick pan of time there.
Yeah, a lot of champions moving around. You know, Kali now looking in and around the Dragon Pit. A Ward and Lee Sin ultimately going to sight her, but they're going to let her back off because Akali at 2-0 is now considerably stronger than Lee Sin, especially with that Giant's belt under her belt, you know. But
2 belts.
Yeah.
More utility.
Yeah, she's starting to look like a Final Fantasy character. Lots of belts. And she's got 700 gold ready to work with, so she could start speccing into you know, the part of the Gunblade. She can get maybe almost to try to get a little bit more gold and pick up a pickaxe. Tristana has actually earned herself enough gold to finish off her Blade of the Ruined King this early in the game. She's going to be looking to pop that
the red pot.
Yeah, no, and rapid fire, really. Yeah, she's taking a red pot. She wants to do more damage. If she can get the chance to rocket jump in on somebody and then use the Leona Solar Flare.
Missed.
Yeah, the Leona Solar Flare. No, it hit for the slow, but it did not stun. And Akali has not. Somehow Vladimir ended up in the top lane.
I think Vladimir and
go
Lee
very well.
Switched.
Yeah, it looks like
confusing.
it. You know, and it's kind of the way you were describing it earlier. You know, both of those possibilities definitely existed, but I think switching them at this point in the game, we'll see if it really works out for them. It obviously hasn't so far. Tristana gonna go ahead and back off, clear out the dual golems. We'll see if this is the best use of her Elixir of Fortitude time, which is now 3/4 drained. Jarvan has actually shown up in the bot lane. Maybe that's part of why Tristana backed off.
Blue team did not have any vision on that one, but
yeah, I would say, where did he come from? They do have the vision ward at Dragon.
He did. He EQ'd from Tribush though, so I don't think they had any vision. And they realized that Tristana wasn't in lane.
Now. They do now as Red Team starts the Dragon.
Lee Sin coming down.
Yeah, and Jarvan putting out the attack speed. Taric actually being more valuable than usual now to the Dragon with his new passive. They're making their wards known, firing out a Arcane Shift and a
this is now a 4-on-3.
On the Lee Sin. Yeah, Blue Team now jumping in. Red Team taking the Dragon, taking an ultimate from Vladimir, almost certainly going to take down Jarvan. Jarvan going to Demacia, put his Cataclysm across. 2 champions from Blue Team kind of keep them in Karthus range, but Karthus did not take that opportunity. The rocket jump putting down a lot of damage onto Karthus. Vladimir trying to pull into the way.
Oh, Lee Sin hits the Q!
Lee Sin did land the Q. Vladimir ultimately taking that kill, and Zinzao taking,
Tristana taking
the kill onto Taric. Yeah, Red Team just scattered a little too readily, and Blue Team was more than ready to chase. That's kind of one of the strengths of their collective kit here. Zinzao actually going to find his way to Akali, going to put down any damage he can, going to knock up the Akali even as she's stealth. Tristana's going to have the opportunity to pop in from the other side here, going to rocket jump into the Shroud. I'm a little surprised she didn't come around from the other direction into turret range and then try to hop from there. But
I think she was afraid of turret aggro at that point.
Yeah, I think just a little bit too risky for Duck 8 for this point in the game. Understandable, although you know, ultimately it's just a matter of what could have been. Jarvan now trying to push 3 people off of his turret. Did Dragon Strike through the Demacian standard, but not really doing a lot of damage to the champions here. The turret doing a lot of damage.
Jhin did take a couple hits there. Yeah, and he gets popped up, and his turret gonna get the stun.
We
see the kick and the Crescent Swipe.
Yeah, the combination of pushes there puts him well out of way, and the Marshal's Cadence did not have the chance to come up again to let him put down more damage. But now it is a 3-on-2, this time favoring Red Team, a 4-on-2, and now 5 as Taric and Ezreal both show up to the mid lane.
We see Tristana and Leona moving up.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and try to directly respond and defend this tower rather than taking additional map objectives.
Which mid tower is probably the most important tower set in the game. Once you lose your mid tower, it becomes very easy to just push and push and push and hopefully get that inhibitor down. And once that inhibitor down...
yes and no. You can see Red Team is actually now pinging to go in different directions. They're pinging top tower or bottom tower. And Tristana, you know, with her rapid fire, with her Blade of the Ruined King, she can take down waves and towers in pretty good time at this point in the game. So if Tristana were left alone, she could split push pretty confidently.
She is maxing her Q second though, so that kind of slowed it down a little bit. But even still, right now she's getting 60%.
How do you figure? With Blade of the Ruined King, that makes her an excellent counter champion. The Arcane Shift and the
wow, that
barrage
damage
comes out across
huge.
everyone. Yeah, Karthus be able to put down a lot of damage. Shasil, that's
Tristana,
burning the Ignite, the
juking,
last attack
jukes.
from Ezreal as he comes in. Arcane shifts away, and the Requiem is going to pick up an extra kill for Karthus, even as Tristana picks up a double kill. You know, it's whichever team seems to leave these fights first is the one that's losing. You know, because the other team is able to chase down very well. The True Shot barrage coming across a couple of members of red team, blue team. The Cataclysm after the Demacian Standard kept several people directly in range of Karthus and was able to put down so much damage. And so ultimately a 3 for 4 in favor of red team. So a lot of people going down, but red team pulling off a small advantage. And not surprisingly enough, not following that up with turret aggression, giving Lee Sin the opportunity. He's going to be the one taking down the
Jin
tower
were both
instead.
pushing towers there. Lee Sin gets it, and Jin came really close to getting that top tower.
Now we'll take a quick look. You know, now that we've just reached the 20-minute mark in the game, the gold is still almost dead even with blue team having to take a turret. We'll take a look at how gold is focused down on everyone. A small lead for red team in the top lane, in the jungle, but blue team has a pretty commanding lead in the bottom lane. Tristana being given 3 kills and 3 assists, even with 2 deaths there. And then the mid laners almost exactly even. Another turret
top
goes
tower
down in
goes
favor
down
of the blue team. Yep, and that's going to give them a small gold advantage.
They did turn it around. They were behind earlier from the first blood gold and the small minion lead, but these 2 towers turned it around. And we see Ezreal down bottom with blue buff, and he might be able to push that lane just continuously with the blue buff.
Yeah, and Ezreal going for what it looks like, trying to get himself as strong as possible, as quickly as possible. He's got a Bloodthirster, he's stacking it out, and then he's going to go into a probably a static Shiv or Avarice Blade.
Vladimir was thinking there.
Yeah, Vladimir just kind of wanted to poke, maybe take a look at that blue buff, and then almost got caught out. A little dangerous. Taric going to go ahead and shatter, and several people, everyone going to get knocked up by that Jarvan CC. Jarvan going to flash out of his own Cataclysm to not take too much damage. Tristana jumps onto it, but is immediately burned
right
down.
into the
Lee's
floor.
taking a lot of damage as well, going to try to take down Jarvan, but the shield goes up, and he's going to be okay. And now Vladimir ultimate looking to take down 1, 2, possibly 3 people for the blue team, but Vladimir is not able. Yeah, he gets 2. But the only person able to escape is Xin Zhao, who's going to flash across the other side of the tower. And red team ultimately able to take a commanding lead after that fight.
That was an odd fight. We saw Tristana, the AD carry, who typically wants to just sit in the back, jump right into the middle of all of red team.
She thought she'd get that kill on Jarvan and start getting her rocket jump reset, but he had the shield and he has, you know, a lot of additional health and 40 plus 25 armor on top of his
that
kit.
whole fight was just entirely inside of Karthus' defile. So the entire blue team was just taking damage from Karthus on top of everyone else that entire fight.
Right, Karthus and Akali were able to get in quickly, do their business, and Jarvan just soaked up so much aggro, and ultimately, you know, whether or not he would have gone down, that was Red's fight to lose as soon as he didn't go down when Tristana jumped in. So we'll take a quick look at